Hi, Chai Monster. Welcome to another episode of my my YouTube life. My name is Tanisha, and I am a tea specialist. I'm also a tea blogger. You can follow me on all my social media. All the information is in the description box. Anyways, today I will be drinking a cup of chai that kind of matches my top, which is fun. Delicious. So, over on Instagram, I asked you guys what questions do you have about a monk fast. So I've been doing a monk fast, which is about 36 hours of fast for the past couple of days, and I've really been incorporating tea into it as well. So yeah, I did a little poll, and you guys had a lot of questions, which I was surprised by. It was a really great conversation starter. So what I did was I put all of these questions in sort of like different categories, and I sort of pared them down to 5 sort of questions. Like that was the gist of it. And so yeah, I've written them down old-fashioned in this cute little diary, in my little journal, and I'll go through them now. All right. Okay, and just bear with me if I'm looking to the side because my whole monitor setup is on the side, so I'm just like, am I freezing? Am I okay? So yeah, let's get started. So the first question I had, okay, actually no, before we get into the questions, I really want to say like very briefly that I am not a health expert. I'm just sharing my personal opinions of my personal experience, so don't take anything I say as like medical advice. I'm not a medical professional at all. These are just things that I do, and I would really encourage you to talk to your doctor or health practitioner, or just do your own research if this is something you're interested in incorporating in your life. Alright, so with that out of the way, the first question I had was, do you just do a water fast? So essentially, I do a 36-hour fast, and it is not just a water fast because I also drink black coffee, green tea, black tea, so any sort of beverages that don't add any calories, so nothing with milk or sugar, of course, because any sort of calorie will break your fast because it'll give your cells that energy that it needs, and then the autophagy won't happen. And they ask me, okay, actually, maybe before I go into my second question, I think I should really quickly tell you. Well, the next question is why. So, okay, why? That was the big question a lot of people were asking. So I guess I'll kind of just take a step back and answer that to provide some context. So initially, I started doing intermittent fasting. So I have an 8-hour eating window, 16 hours of fasting. I have been flexible with that because, it's life, things have opened up, we go out all the time. So I'm just trying to do something that I can maintain long term, but that's sort of the gist of it. I do IF, which I think is very popular. And you kind of get used to it real quick too. It's like not a big deal for me, at least anymore. And my mom does it too. So the why did I start doing these 36-hour fasts? And sometimes if I'm not able to do 36, I'll just do a 24-hour fast, these prolonged fasts. Well, I'm just going to be totally honest with you. It's vanity for me. That's how it started. I wanted to lose weight, I wanted to look fit, the whole hot girl summer kind of a thing. And I did research, and apparently this really helps kickstart your whole weight loss, fat loss kind of a thing. And I'm being totally transparent with you. That's how it started. But in order to get through these fasts, I did a lot of research because, sometimes it's like you're starving, or you're like, oh my gosh, is it worth, like, you just need a bigger purpose than vanity. I feel like for me, even though that's what started my journey, it wasn't a good enough purpose to sustain these fasts. And so I did more research, and I learned that what monk fast really does is it gives you clarity of mind. It increases your immunity in your body. It decreases inflammation. It has a lot of health benefits. And I think the key basic idea is that by starving your cells, you activate autophagy, where it's like basically the survival of the best sort of a thing, survival of the fittest sort of a thing. The good cells survive, the bad cells die off, and then the good cells will eat or sort of reuse the cellular material of the bad cells, and that's how you get that rejuvenation of cells. It's kind of like a restart, a reset of your body internally on a cellular level. So when I learned that, I'm like, that is really cool, right? Like, you can do cellular reset on a weekly basis, and when I do it, I honestly feel okay. So that's why for now I'm doing it. But yeah, so that is my why. Initially, it was because I wanted to lose a bunch of weight. Trust me, you don't really, I mean, in my experience, you don't just lose the weight, like you lose water weight and stuff, but there's a lot more to it. I feel like if I get hurt, like I literally dropped my foot on my foot and it got swollen. It was so painful. It fell from a really huge height. It sounds so silly, but it did. Like, I was in so much pain even in the nighttime, and it was swollen. Next day was okay. And I don't know if this is placebo, if it's just in my mind, or if like my body's like healing a little bit faster. I don't know. But yeah, so it's now for me, it's just knowing that I can hack my cells, I can make my body heal faster, and you also get a bit of mental clarity too. After that 24-hour mark, your mind is just like in this tunnel vision, like you just feel so clear in your head. And when I did more research, apparently can like long-term fast can help decrease chances of like Alzheimer's and all those things. So I'm just like, I'm incorporating it into like a healthy lifestyle kind of a thing. So that's my big why. So another question, I guess number 3 is, don't you get hungry? Well, I do get hungry. Not gonna lie. And this is where I go back to my reason of why I'm doing it. I also make sure I drink a lot of tea. Like it's like a really fun time to add tea. And of course we enjoy tea on a regular basis every single day, but when you're doing a monk fast, that little cup of tea becomes so precious, that much more precious, because it's like it fills you up. You can taste the little nuances, all the flavors, everything. You just appreciate everything that much more because you're not eating anything. So yeah, another thing I do is I drink this drink where it's like warm water with cream of tartar, apple cider vinegar, and salt and some lime. Oh, that drink is so good, and it really fills you up. Like, it just feels so good. So yeah, there are all these hacks. We also get La Croix, and I think in Canada it's bubbly. So it's this carbonated drink, doesn't have any sugar, no calories. You just feel like you're drinking pop, but you're not drinking pop. So I really try to incorporate these types of drinks when I'm fasting, and it really gets me through. If you are considering sort of like trying this and learning more about what you can and cannot have, I would highly recommend this one person whose name is skipping my mind right now, but I'm gonna link his YouTube channel in the description box, and he's all about fasting and diet and all that stuff. But he gives you like really good scientific information, so you're like, oh, my head feels a little funny, now I know this is what's happening in my body. Oh, this is the symptom. Okay, well, this is what's happening. And then you just kind of get through it. And I feel really proud after it. No matter what, I feel very proud after I get through this. And this is something I do for myself. Alright. And I don't drink chai, obviously, during the fast, unless it's black tea, because milk can, And your fasting can give you calories. They do say if you have less than 50 calories, it won't break your fast. It's like a rule of thumb. It's not a law or anything, but why risk it? All right. Well, when do you do it? So that's a good question. I normally eat Sunday night at 8 p.m. I stop eating, like 8 to 10. So I try to make my Sundays fun, flexible, that kind of a thing. Then I just don't eat Monday, and then I open my fast Tuesday morning. So today's a Tuesday. I ate at 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. today. That's when I opened my fast. And it also gives me a reason to have like a nice, delicious meal, even if it's a little later on a Sunday, because you're just wrapping up your weekend, and it's just a really nice time to sit down, enjoy, and get ready for your fast. That's when I do it. Are you sure it's healthy? This is the last question, number 5. Are you sure it's healthy? Okay, well, like I said, I am not a health professional, so I don't think I have the expertise to answer that question, but for myself, I've seen positive changes in my body. Once again, I've not been doing it for that long, so it could be placebo. It could just be in my head, but I do feel healthier. I would just say, and like it's one of those things you have to research. So like, you know, for women, like when you're PMSing, it's not recommended you do that fast. So I give myself that liberty to not fast during that time of the month, like when I'm in like that phase right before the period, right? So you basically, I think it can be healthy if you educate yourself. So whether that's talking to your doctor, doing a lot of research online, and just seeing what suits you, what doesn't suit you, and also just like preparing for some of the symptoms that you might feel when you first start off on this journey. Like just being aware that if you get a bit of a mild headache, maybe it's okay to kind of push through, but if it becomes really, really bad, then you need to know you need to step back and eat something and sort of start slow, that kind of a thing. And then one more thing is I read somewhere that, I mean, I know for my culture, like Indian culture, there's so many fasts. So like this, it might not be exactly a monk fast, but there are so many fasts that really promote giving your body some rest from consuming food, giving your digestive system some rest from consuming food, all of that. So I feel like there is some ancient wisdom in there too, and now it's being backed by scientific literature. So in my opinion, it's a good thing to do, but once again, you take your call. Now, so that kind of wraps up the 5 questions, and here is a little bonus. So why did I talk about this on my chai page, right, my YouTube channel? Well, here's why. So when I was researching, like when I was getting really hungry, I was like researching, will tea help me get through the fast, blah, blah, blah. I came across this video, that same gentleman I was mentioning, who I will link in the description box because I don't remember his name. He did this really awesome video. I'm going to put a link to it, where it talks about how green tea can actually help. Well, these are lab results. So basically when you fast, your intestines, like your gut, kind of gets sensitive. So when you open your fast, you have to be very careful because it's very, very sensitive at that point. But green tea can help it become less sensitive. So it can actually enhance the results of, it can help enhance your fasting experience. It's actually good to add green tea. He compared, the literature he did compares green tea with coffee, and green tea is actually even better. And me being like a tea enthusiast, in my mind, it's maybe scientists only explored green tea because that's the most popular, or like, you know, that's the type of tea that's associated with health. But I'm pretty sure, like whether it's like black tea, white tea, any type of tea, and of course green tea, it does give you a lot of benefits, and they do protect your gut health while you're fasting. Anyways, once again, that's just like my hypothesis, but I would really encourage you to check that link in the description and learn about it. It's so cool how tea can help enhance your results from a fast. But yeah, so I completed my fast. I ate this morning. I was so happy, and I think I'm going to take a break next week, or I might do a 24-hour fast next week, because, you know, I like to go with my cycle. That's like a very feminine thing to do. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I guess I'll wrap it up here, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Have an amazing rest of your evening, rest of your day. I'll see you next time. It's bye with a chai. And I literally finished my tea.